Okay, let's get started by talking about ethic. Code of ethics. What is code of ethics?
Code of ethics is ethical codes are adopted by organizations to assist members in understanding the difference between right and wrong and in applying that understanding to their decisions. An ethical codes generally implies documents at three levels: Code of Business Ethics, Code of Conduct for Employees, and Code of Professional Practice.
Now, let's discuss about business ethics.
If you like most people, you don't really spend much time thinking about of philosophy habits. But once in a while, it's a critical exercise that you need to go through and or to clarify your values
And principles, especially with regard with the workplace. So, ethics are the basic moral ground, rules by which our lives. Ethic is about right and wrong behavior with the preference to choose right over wrong. So here's a good question. Where did you get your ethics? It was nature, nurture, or both?
I mean, we all have ethics. You can't be divided it. We all have a conscience and self-awareness that help us know right from wrong. Do you consider yourself to be ethical? How do you know? Is ethics situational or absolute?
There's a very important question that you need to sit down once in a while and contemplate. Now, let's move on to business ethics.
What is that and how it is any different plain, ordinary ethics? Well, business ethics were first to stand practices in a workplace settings. Business ethics includes societal standards of right and wrong, business ethical standard and circumstance, and finally, legal standard. Wow, it sounds is like a what more complicated. Just thinking about your personal moral code. Here's the warning. Business ethics is often more rigid than personal areas. You may be apportacious in a personal life, but at work is harassment. At work, you can't decide which rules or where the following. You can show up late for personal appointments, but not for work. You can't just borrow things from others at work. You need borrowing without permissions is considered stealing, and of course, you can't just say whatever you feel like saying in a workplace. You need to understand that ethics in the workplace is not subjective, but clearly defined by your employer. Ethics is all about ethics in general. We have here integrity, trust, honesty, conduct. And we also need to understand of code of conduct and code of professional practice. Code of conduct. As a security agent, his fundamental duty is to serve the interest or mission of his agency in compliance with the contract entered into with the clients of the agency he is supposed to serve. He shall be honest in thoughts and deeds both in his personal and official actuation, obeying the law of the land and the regulations prescribed by his agency and those established by the company he is supposed to protect. He shall not reveal any confidential matter that is confided to him as security, guard, and such other matters imposed upon him by law. He shall act at all times with decorum and shall not permit personal feelings, prejudices, and undue friendships to influence his actuation and the performance of his official functions. He shall not compromise with criminals and other lawless elements to the prejudice of the customer of his client, but assist government in its relentless drive against lawlessness and other forms of criminality. He must carry his assigned duties as security guard or watchman as required by law to the best of his ability and safeguard life and property to the establishment he is assigned. He shall wear his uniform badge, patches, and insignia properly as a symbol of public trust and confidence as an honest and trustworthy security guard, watchman, and private detective. He must keep his allegiance first to the government, to the agency he is, and to the establishment he is assigned to serve with loyalty and dedicated service. He shall diligently and progressively familiarize himself with the rules and regulation laid down by his agency and that of the customer or clients. He shall at all times be courteous, respectful, and salute to his superior officers, government officials, and officials of the establishment where he is assigned and the company he is supposed to serve. He shall report to perform his duties always in proper uniform and neat in his appearance. He shall learn at heart or memorize and strictly observe the laws and regulations governing the use of firearms. Code of Professional. A code of ethics and professional conduct outlines the ethical principles that govern decisions and behavior at a company or organizations. They give general outlines of how employees should behave, as well as specific guidance for handling issues like harassment, safety, and conflicts of interest.